This is the form that will help you collect seller leads on your REI Landleads website. Typically, sellers will find your websites through two different methods. Either you wrote your website on your mailer and you told them to come into your website to enter in their property so you can give them an offer, or you have your website address on your blind offer and they're either searching for you or Googling you and having a look to see if you're a reputable company. There's a few things that we've done to optimize your website, especially on the form side of things. First of all, the form always sits above the fold line. And what that means is when somebody comes to your website, before they even need to scroll, they'll know exactly what they need to do before even scrolling on your website. This is a battle-tested formula for all lead generation websites across all industries to make sure the form sits above the fold line. Another thing that we've also done is built in a high contrasting button color here, and that's why you'll see this in this orange color. Finally, to increase the likelihood that somebody will submit this form, we've broken it up into multi-steps. We've kept the first form short with only 4 form fields, and once they've submitted that form, you will get notified, but then they'll also need to complete this second form, where we're collecting a lot more details on their property. The great thing about our forms is that it's run by a plugin called Ninja Forms. Ninja Forms is a very easy to use form builder. There's tons of resources on it when you Google it, and it's easy to integrate to third-party services, as well as something like Pebble. Here is our other skin for REI Landleads. You can see the same concept here, where the form now is horizontal, but also sits above that fold line before you need to start scrolling. The eye is immediately drawn to this call to action button, notifying your seller exactly of what to do once they come to your website. Editing your forms via Ninja Forms couldn't be any easier. You can see that we have the first form, Get Cash Offer, and the Get Cash Offer Step 2, which is the first form and the second form. We've also got one formatted just for Pebble users if you're using Pebble. But if I wanted to edit the form fields, is that's easy as going to hit the the cog button here with the form, then hit Edit. And it's a very intuitive editor here. All I would do is click and edit these form fields. Now, the main thing that a lot of people adjust is the integrations. So, if I want to be notified by email of somebody who submitted my form, I always want to make sure that my email address is correct by going to Emails and Actions, then Admin Email, then making sure that I enter in my email. This curly back bracket, what we call a short code, is actually going to send an email to your admin email of your website. So as long as your admin email is your email address, you will receive it. Now, if you want to manually change it, you can always type in your actual email address, right? That way, you'll know for sure where it's going to. Now, typically, if you're using Pebble, we've got more instructions on how to pass the submissions into Pebble. It's as easy as just adding another admin email. You can essentially hit the duplicate button and change the email address to your Pebble inboxes. Now, the other thing that you'll also want to consider doing is setting up an integration. If you want to integrate to a different system, for example, to be notified, or you want to collect their email address, then hit the plus icon, then scroll down and look for something that you'd like to integrate to. You can see there are pre-made integrations already set up for different systems. As well, you can directly integrate with Zapier. If you want to learn more about REI Landleads and the forms, as well as integrating, feel free to head over to kb.reiconversion.com for more instructions on how to do so. This is how the forms work for your REI Landleads website.